Shalom, friends. If you don't know me, I'm Jonathan Feldstein, and I have the privilege of serving as president of the Genesis 123 Foundation. We have the hugely important mission of building bridges between Jews and Christians with Israel. Today, that mission has never been more urgent. Today, Israel's at war. We are filled with anger, fear, and grief. More than 1,300 Israelis have been killed so far, mostly civilians, including elderly, women, children, and babies in the most gruesome ways that I won't say, even because your own children should never know from such things. And yet we remain strong and encouraged and strengthened by you and the overwhelming support of millions and millions of Christians like yourself. Christians who understand their Bible, who understand that we are God's chosen, covenanted people, and that just as the attacks that we suffered by our enemies in the Bible, attacking us here, now, and in such a way, not only makes God weep, but is a call for us, Jews and Christians, to stand closer together than ever before. We need to stand together and to bless Israel because God says so. He's clear about that. He's clear about blessing those who bless Israel and cursing those who curse Israel. It's black and white, friends. There's no gray area here. I want to thank you for your support, for your unconditional support and your love. Part of what I get to do is to reach out to great people like you, to thank you. But I also get to share how much you uplift me and all of us with other Jewish Israelis, to share that your love is real and deeply rooted. And that's encouraging to all of Israel, especially at this time. And please know, when I say thank you, that's deeply rooted too, very deep. It's really not enough for me to express how much I and all of us are grateful, but we are. I know that you're praying people, and I want to ask you to please pray for us. Please pray for all of our soldiers, including my son and my son-in-law, and the hundreds of thousands of soldiers who are defending us on the land, the sea, and in the air. Please pray for the soldiers' families who they left behind. Please pray for the families of the 1,300 that we know of who have been murdered so far, and for the thousands injured, for the 100+ hostages, some estimating as many as 300, including women and elderly children who have been brutally kidnapped and taken back to Gaza, and for all of their families who are grieving right now. Please pray for all of Israel and that we will vanquish our enemies and be victorious soon. Please pray Psalm 20, which feels like it was written for us today. I also want to ask you to join us in our Israel emergency campaign today, please. The battle has just begun, and sadly, it's likely to get much worse before it gets better. The needs are great now and will possibly be for a very long while. We're focusing our efforts on three main areas. First, helping our soldiers. My son is a paratrooper and told me that 3 days ago that there are not enough ceramic bulletproof vests for his reserve unit. They cost $760, and we've already committed to get some, and I'd rather pay the money now and get more than are needed than for someone to have to dig a grave next week. There are all kinds of other needs as well for soldiers, including non-lethal equipment, clean underwear, and heavy socks, hygienic supplies for men and women, and even battery packs to keep their phones charged. So if they just have a minute, they can call home and let everybody know that they're okay. We're going to do everything that we can to love on them and to encourage them and to make sure that they are well supplied and well fed. Second, we're providing civilian security as well to beef up security in outlying communities like my own and like the communities that were devastated this week to prevent any future attack from ever getting this out of hand. These include thermal drones and life-saving backpacks that have just about anything you can imagine to save a life in just about any circumstance. We've done those before. They're $1,500, and the drones, much more. I don't know. But when you give, we're going to figure it out. This week, we learned that first responders are all the more critical, and they need to be well equipped. And third, we're investing in our at-risk youth in the Gaza border area. children who have grown up all their lives in towns that are at risk, coming from homes whose parents don't have the resources, the means to give them all of the needs and supports that they deserve, and are now living in a community that's under fire and in a country that's at war. I reached out to our contacts there on the first day and was fearful not hearing back. They do wonderful work with precious children who need our help desperately. I waited and waited. 5 days passed. They've been through a lot, and I did not want to add to their stress by sending messages. After 5 days, I was so worried. Then I heard back from Anna. She's my contact there. At least she and her family were okay. I cried. They're among the most at-risk population of our population, and I suspect that they don't even know what all they need now. But we want to be there. We must be there to provide for any of it that we can. A year of art therapy, a year of animal therapy, and so much more. Nothing can be too little for any of them. And if I had $1 million, friends, for each of these and more, that still wouldn't be enough. While you may be sitting in your church right now seeing this and having the opportunity to take up an offering and contribute, you know people who are not there with you. Please tell them about this, about our needs, about the urgency, and please let them know that they can go to love.genesis123.co to donate personally. That's love.genesis123.co. My dear friends, I wish I could be there with you in person to hug you and thank you. I pray that we will get that opportunity soon. But for now, I just really want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for your love, for your caring, for your praying, and for your giving. And I pray that just as you bless Israel, you and all of your loved ones will be richly blessed. God bless you all.